YouTube, welcome back to the channel. We are back with another video. I'm your host TKK, and listen guys, good morning to you. Thank you for stopping by, seeing this video. We are finally about to get to a place where we can use my RTX 4090 in the Hyte case. I've just partially taken this apart. My previous PC upload, if you've seen it, I upgraded my son's systems. This is literally the morning after that. And so, yeah, there was one of those computers where I said I was going to put a better power supply. I had an 850. I do have that 850 watt, and he is right here. So he's got a 4090 with an 850. So that combination needs to go into there. But I just took apart this. If you guys haven't seen my Hyte PC case review, I have this in black. I have it in white. Both builds are for 4090s. So the MSI Gaming Trio 4090 and also the Founders Edition. Right here, we've got 3090 inside of this. I started with the 3090 Ti, got the 3090. So now we're going to be upgrading this. So because I'm taking out the 850 to put into another PC, here we are. We have a new power supply. Now, I played around with the idea and the thought of putting this inside of my living room setup, which, as you guys know, does feature my Gaming Trio MSI 4090. It has the 13900K i9. This is a 12900K, but because that 13900K draws so much power, that PSU is 1200 watts. I figured I wanted to have that one there. So this 1000 watt one is adequate for this particular setup. Also, to the fact, you know, I don't have to mess around with any crazy cables because the Founders Edition card does have an adapter that takes 4 connectors. I'd rather just be able to do the one and done on this. So it's just going to make this, it's going to make it very easy, because I do have quite a few drives put in here. I've got one M.2 and then there's 3 SATA 2.5s. The third one around here somewhere. Here we go. This guy actually, I had 2-sided on the bottom of the PSU, which was totally fine because in this case, the ventilation, the intake is on the side. So I had it on the bottom. So it was flawless. So I'm going to get this managed. Go ahead and get this thing opened up right after this intro. All right, guys, so we're going to continue on this wave of computing technology. I've actually got to get this system fully done the way that I want to do because the S95B is a part of it. So it's going to be full circle, especially for all my TV people that, you know, like to see that kind of content. So got everything unboxed with this, and nice presentation there. Just like many power supplies that you buy, you do get a bag. The bag does have their logo. I am really struggling from the previous transition. When I opened this video up, I said I was going to put this in this black case, but after just looking at the aesthetics of this, it looks really nice, man. Really nice. I like the way this looks. It ties in so well with my motherboard. And so just going around looking at the different connections, this one right here, right? There's been some controversy about melting cables, things like that. I haven't had any issues yet. And just for some reference, I just took the 850 out of here. And less depth. Love it. Love the aesthetics of this, man. Just very nice. This part feels a little flimsy, just this middle. I don't like that. Like if this was like metal, it probably would tax another 70 bucks onto it, but I would definitely pay that price premium for that. But looks really good. All black fan. Very nice. Bag is going to encompass all of the different connections. So excited about that. Right there, they've got that 600 watt cable. So that proprietary cable is going to go from one end there to the GPU. Speaking of GPU, big boy. God. Yes, this is Goliath. Now this GPU does come with an adapter. Man, I am struggling, guys, because in the cases, card is going to go in like that. It's going to go in just like that. The cable is going to be able to go there. I love that they put this in the back for vertical mounting, because in the back, you don't have far to manage the cable. It's not up in the middle where, you got to pull. The cable has to come up forward. This is done really nice. So I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure if I want to just go ahead and take out that 1200 watt Fantex and put it in this black and then just like put this to that. I was just saying that I wanted to do this one because it's the 12900K. The 13900K likes to draw a lot of power, but this 1000 watt will be sufficient either way. Do I feel like dealing with this? I'm not sure, but I'm ready to get this thing together. This is going to finalize both of these builds, because I'm leaning towards, right now as I'm recording this and speaking, putting the Fantex 1200 watt on this and just dealing with this adapter that they have. It's just an octopus of cables, man, where I have to put 4 power connectors into this thing, and it sucks. Now I had an Asus PCIe power supply similarly to this MSI, but I just didn't feel like I needed it. It was just overpriced. Well, it was more than I wanted to spend. Nothing's really ever overpriced, but it was more than I wanted to spend, and because of that, I just got rid of it. We'll see. My decision was to use the MSI and the MSI, and I'm over thrilled with this. Just psychologically knowing that everything is matching. I like that. So motherboard, GPU, and now PSU. But yeah, this is in a Hyte case. This is my 4090 rig. Actually, so upgraded the power supply in it just to give me that aesthetic. That's what I was looking for. So going to be using a Fantex inside of the other 4090, the other Hyte build. These cases are really, really good cases. You currently cannot, in this orientation that I have this built, you can't have the glass on here. There does appear to be a PCIe riser and some kind of an adaptation kit that does move this closer to the motherboard. In that instance, you absolutely can close the case, because it'd be more so like having a 3090, having the Founders Edition 3090 in here. I was able to close the glass, and thermals were pretty good. If you've got some solid fans coming here, it'll pull air in really nice for that car to be able to suck it up, as well as your air coming from the rear. But the way I'll play with this, I opened up the panel. These fans don't kick on unless they need to kick on. There's not a lot of distracting noise coming from the room too, with the PC being open. So I did have that question asked, but this thing is a really nice case. Can't recommend it enough. I do have a couple of SATAs left open for me to do one mechanical drive. I've actually got a project coming up on the channel. Man, I'm gonna want you to check this thing out, but there's a reason I left that there. But my cable management is pretty solid here. These cables, these two are just left there because I needed to leave the drive open, but everything is zipped up real nice and clean, right? Everything is nice. So we got this done. I will keep you guys posted if I have any issues. I've been asked also, due to the reports of melting cores and things like that, have I had problems? I've had no problems, but I would surely post if I do. But gonna go ahead and get this Founders Edition in the black Hyte done. Be right back. We're back with the black guy, man. This is Lady Harris build. We actually just pulled out the Founders Edition 4090. This thing was real nice and clean. This car is so sleek. We pulled out that 850 power supply from this, and we put it into my son's build that was posted maybe a couple of days ago. I'm shooting this all in chronological order, but yeah, rob Peter to pay Paul, right? So this is bare. Now we're gonna do the Fantex 1200 watt that was in my white build in my Hyte. Yeah, so this Revo X, this is the PSU you would need if you're gonna do 2 computers in one case. So while there have been power supply units that have passed the wattage output is that one, it's still very unique. We are gonna be putting this big boy in here, big 4090. Big 4090. Man, let's just get a look at this thing. Look at that. Yes, sir. You are the Mac Daddy. Definitely more height to this thing. As you would put it in your typical orientation, this is going to be vertically mounted in this case. Yes, I'm excited, man. You can just look and see how they've differentiated how these are put in. Beautiful. More curvature into this, right? She got that BBL. So, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get this all installed in, get the cables managed, and we should be good to go. So again, the white height is 13900K. This is 12900K. Ironically, this is DDR5 and the white height is DDR4. It's what I could find and I'm okay with that. Same cooler, Kraken Z73. Got the Hyte fans in here. Got a couple of NZXT or maybe Corsair fans. I don't know. I know I have 140 millimeter ×2 down there pulling air up, right? So air is coming up, right? When this turns on, air is constantly shooting up. So that's a good situation. Air is coming in this direction and we're exhausting here. We're exhausting up top also. So that's my fan orientation. Let's get this put together. We'll be right back. All right, we have completion with this thing. It is not the prettiest because their adapter requires 4 pins. Absolutely ridiculous, but I was able to get this thing managed in as well as I could. Back fan is definitely spinning, but this card looks so clean. This is the superior looking card. Just absolutely, it's too clean, man. Too clean. Take you around to the back. Got that Fantex PSU. Did a 2-side because this case only supports 2.5 drives. That's the only opportunity there. It kind of forces you to upgrade to some NVMe storage, which I do have here, but I did have 3 1 terabyte 2.5 solid states that I wanted to load into here. We got this kid. Are you okay? Great. This computer is actually going to be going on the S95B. So yeah, yeah, man, greatness. Let me get this case closed up, put the back on there. Let's go ahead and thing is beautiful, man. I love the way the Founders card looks. It is just unrivaled from an aesthetic and damn near performance perspective. I'm not looking to do any crazy overclocking or anything like that, so hopefully I don't run into any issues. I'm actually looking to see what type of thermals I get with this thing being closed, because this card sits back further than my MSI does. I absolutely have to take the glass off of there. The 3090 and the 3090 Ti, when I had them in this case, I was able to have them closed and I was okay with the thermals that we were getting, but this is just beautiful. Might be a little bit of overblown going on with the RGB, but this is just, man, this is beautiful. Let me get this glass on here. Man, it's unmatched, bro. With the Evwar female version from Assassin's Creed. Yes, you said it's pretty color. Okay, pretty color like pretty girl. Don't touch it though. You can get next to it, but don't touch it. What do you say?
So pretty.
Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you.
The colors are changing.
Yeah, definitely. Let me know what you guys think about this, man. New power supply upgrades for my 4090s. Finally got the Founders Edition connected into the black Hyte case. I've been extremely patient. I did buy the Ryzen 9 7950X with the intentions of this, but I completely pushed away from doing that. I ended up returning it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this particular video up. Make sure you guys catch up on the backlog. The last couple of videos have been more PC focused. So if you like this one, there's a chance that you might like the last couple of videos that I did post. And I'm going to continue to keep my content consistent. This build is going to lead into some S95B content where I finally am going to get ready to start producing my review for that TV. In any event, I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace. God bless. And as I always say, Max love.